cracking, y'all? I'm back, man. I want to make another video about Miss Carlee Russell, since I'm learning a little bit more information about it. I had just made a video about it a little earlier. But before I get more into that and put more 2 cents in on my thoughts about Carlee Red in that situation, Carlee Russell. Let me give y'all a little bit of advice. These government health programs, everything I say in this video is allegedly. Everything I say in this video is alleged. This video is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Those government health programs that are being promoted, I'm not going to say on what app, let's just say on your phone. The government health programs that's being promoted on your phone, don't trust it. And I would not advise you to accept it. I don't care what they're putting out there, making it seem like you can get just such easy money from certain individuals that or a certain entity that is offering you this extra money because of the state of the country and what's going on. It's okay to work hard, grind it out, and do what you need to do to maintain. Try to save up some money. But it's not wise to try these get-rich-quick schemes and jump on these government programs, just because they're promoting it constantly, through their ads. So keep that in mind. I encourage you to not fall for the okie doke with these government health programs. You'll be okay. Just don't fall for it, because I don't trust it, and I feel like you're going to be paying probably double, triple what they gave you. But anyway, I want to talk about Miss Carlee Russell again. It's very, very disappointing to hear the details about why this young lady went missing. I don't know if everything I'm hearing is accurate or true. Some people are saying that she actually was with some guy that she just didn't tell her mom or her family that she was, maybe having to spend the weekend with, or a week, whatever days it was, with whatever guy she was with. But this report about a baby, her spotting a baby, and then all of a sudden she disappearing. Now nobody's buying that, because it's like nobody has seen a sign of a baby yet. Nobody has seen a baby. And until we get an interview from her or hear some words from her explaining what exactly happened and where she really went or where she ended up, why should we believe what they reported? Why should we believe the story? Now I'm starting to feel like it's another agenda being pushed, because I watched some little news clip and some sisters were trying to bring the awareness back of people and remind people that when there's an Amber Alert, there's not very many Amber Alerts for young black women or black child that gets abducted, snatched up, kidnapped. So they created something called the Ebony Alert, and this will possibly help to identify and search for young black children or girls. I think it seemed like they made it all about just mainly the girls, I think little boys get snatched up too, but I think they need to focus on both genders, both sides. If they're melanated, they're black, They need to be sending out the alert. You know, I never liked the fact that they would call it Amber Alert. You know, it was on behalf of some little white girl. You know, but at the same time, it should just be a missing persons alert. Just, well, why can't it just go back to being missing persons alert or missing child alert? You know, all this Amber Alert stuff, it ain't really, they're not doing too much they're not putting that Amber Alert to use for all races. It don't seem like it just seems like it's just specifically little white children, little white girls. But I do see some Amber Alerts where it'll have a little black child on there. It'll say black female, and the age, what they were wearing, height, and all that. So at least where I'm at, they do put the Amber Alert on. But I think they just feel like nationwide is not enough Amber Alerts for little black kids. Okay. But I'm going to pay attention to it very closely, because it seems like these Black Lives Matter women are emerging again. These Black Lives Matter sisters are using this situation with Carlee Russell to push another agenda. So I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt, but I ain't trusting it. I'm not trusting it. I feel like this is another little agenda they about to try to push, and they're gonna use something. Just, hey, like I said in my last video, y'all need to be careful. Everywhere you arrive, scan your area, scan the surroundings. Don't just be oblivious to what's going on and get out your car and be on your phone on this important, well, you think it's an important conversation, and you may not be aware of what's around you, who's watching you. So keep your antennas up, ladies and gentlemen, but especially ladies, because like I said in my other video, the snatchers, the body snatchers, the kidnappers, are mainly men. And these men who are kidnapping people are targeting someone who is weaker than them, so they can easily grab them, snatch them, and take them wherever they need to take them. So you ladies need to keep that in mind. When y'all got children, especially a number of children, and there's no father in the home, you need to be extra on point. Because some of y'all like to be in a house or in y'all's apartment running y'all damn mouth, occupied, or y'all probably got y'all dude over, maybe he's smashing you, blowing your back out in the bedroom, and y'all say, y'all go outside, y'all go out and play. Y'all leave me alone, y'all get on out of here. And while you occupied doing what you doing, whether you talking, getting your freak on, doing your hair, whatever it is, you got to be on point and make sure your children are safe, and that they're not, it wouldn't be wise for you to have your kids outside if you occupied doing something, like on a phone, I don't know, in a bathtub, just sitting down meditating, whatever. It's not wise to just have your children out, especially if you live in the hood, because the kidnappers will come to the hood and they will snatch your child up in the hood while they outside playing. Kids, you can't expect kids to be on point and kids to expect that someone could possibly try to snatch them up. They're kids. They have no worries at that moment, at that time. They're just trying to have fun, and they don't know nothing about bills and stress of the world and the dangers like that. So it's up to us as parents, mothers and fathers, to make sure that our children are safe. And if they're outside playing, we should be able to see where they're at. We should be watching them. You shouldn't be that occupied and that busy with your time that you're not keeping an eye on your kids if they're outside playing. Even when they're inside, you should still keep a close eye on them when they're on the inside. Because sometimes kids get into some mischief, they grab stuff, they pick up stuff, something can fall on them, anything. So you just got to be careful and more on point when you got kids around. Especially young black kids, because some black kids got so much energy. Sometimes they can't sit still. They always moving around and jumping around somewhere. That to where I get it. Y'all gotta make them go outside because you're gonna feel like they're gonna tear the house down. But when you have them go outside, don't make them go outside and you just shut them out of your brain and you be occupied with your, what you're doing as an adult for a minute. Make sure that your kids are secure before you do what you do. But back to this Amber Alert stuff and this stuff with Carlee Russell, I do feel like there's low-key an agenda, allegedly. Allegedly, I feel like there's an agenda being pushed, and there's about to be some weird stuff going on, and if y'all don't be careful, ladies, there's going to be more of y'all getting snatched up. More of your kids going to be getting snatched up. Because there's certain people that's in place that act like they really care about the well-being and the safety of y'all and y'all's children, when really they plotting on y'all. And they will pay sisters who belong to certain groups to make it seem like they care and they care about the safety of y'all, but really they just getting paid to push the propaganda and the agenda in order to be able to work towards doing something else that's going to just, I don't know, bring more death and more missing children, in my opinion. So I don't always just trust that they always care so much about people, because we see the results. In reality, we see a totally different story. We see a totally different results. So stop relying on police and the government, the news, the media to always protect y'all. Y'all got to be the first one. You guys are the first line of defense for y'all's children and y'all's own safety. So what happened to neighborhood watch? What happened to coming together as a community and doing everything you can to protect yourself, your children, and your neighbors? Like they say, love thy neighbor. This should be about all races, not just one. And really, I ain't gonna lie though, years ago, I wasn't feeling that when Black Lives Matter was first on the scene, and I looked at it from one way to where I was feeling like, yeah, we do need Black Lives Matter, because it's more Black lives being killed by like law enforcement and certain people than most others, But at the same time, I had to realize like, this kind of makes it look like y'all just trying to make everybody just focus on us and just try to tell everybody else in the world, our lives just matter, Black lives, fuck y'all's lives. And then so when it came with the all lives matter, I said, oh man, y'all some racists, bro. Y'all just saying all lives matter because y'all don't like the fact that we say Black lives matter. But then now, years later, I realized like, okay, I see how it can make people feel a way. It's just like, for example, when I was coaching football, it's not dealing with race, but when I was coaching football, my nephew was the star player on the team. It wasn't like we made him a star. He was just the most talented. It's in his blood, because we grew up playing football as well. But at the same time, even though he was the top player on the team, I try to do everything I can to make it about the team. But my baby brother, who was my nephew's dad, he was making it a lot of times about, yes, my son, King. And it was like he was making it about just his son. And I had to tell him, I was like, bro, don't just make it about your son. It's still about one team. You don't want these parents to feel a kind of way. You don't want them to start feeling like, oh, you just doing this to just uplift yourself through your son, or live through your son and just make it all about you and your boy. And he tried to like counterattack that and say, no, that's my son. I don't give a damn about what they're going through. And I was like, the way I think, it's like, I try to be mindful of people. So back to the all lives matter versus Black Lives Matter. Maybe Black Lives Matter was making people of other races feel like they're being slapped in the face. Could these other people have been doing a little bit more to show some concern towards Black lives, yeah, but at the same time, we can't force people to do nothing they don't care to do. And it's not their responsibility to do that. It's our responsibility as a people to, first of all, stop killing each other, stop fighting amongst each other. And if Black lives matter, we need to start acting like Black lives matter. Because every time there's Black death, every time we killing each other, Black lives ain't matter. But when somebody that's not Black kills a Black life, it's like y'all get mad that y'all didn't kill the Black life. It's like y'all gonna get mad because a white person killed a Black person, but a lot of y'all be killing Black people, your own people. Y'all don't get all hurt and offended when a Black person kills another Black person. But it's like y'all get offended if it ain't y'all killing your own. So it's like, hey, these white people killing Black people out here. But I don't never see y'all exposing Black people killing Black people. So you got to make it make sense, because we look like hypocrites in front of everybody when we're saying Black Lives Matter, but we're claiming more Black lives than these other people who are killing Black people. So where they do that at? Make it make sense right now. But Carlee Russell is making it harder for the world, the nation, to want to protect and believe that Black people are being abducted, Black people are getting kidnapped, which it is true. But it's y'all giving more people a reason to sweep it under the rug, when sisters like Carlee Russell will stage a situation to where it make it seem like she was abducted or snatched up and nobody couldn't find her, and they got the whole nation looking for her. Then all of a sudden she just comes back home like nothing it ain't no problem. Man, you lost your damn mind, man. Y'all better talk to these young ladies, man, because these sisters are making it hard for a lot of these sisters who are real victims out here. If Black lives matter, we better start acting like it and stop relying on other people to save Black lives when we ain't even saving ourselves.